Whether you're watching, listening or reading this, welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we're on a mission to raise £1 million for children's charities by run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of one lap around the world. It is a staggering 40,075 kilometres. It's going to take somewhere in the region of 11 years to accomplish, so plenty of time to raise that money. I'm going to commit to running a minimum of 5 kilometres every day whilst vlogging, and I'll even do it barefoot style. So for those regulars will know that I vlog about my passions, which are entrepreneurship and running, and most importantly how these topics can link together to help people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release mechanism. Now it is a humid morning today. It's a bit breezy, it's about 15 degrees, but it's not raining, so it's decent enough running conditions. And it is Friday Funnels today, where we talk about all things sales funnels and marketing. And today's topic is the importance of community creation and how you can use it in your business. So please support this challenge by subscribing to the content, giving it a share and a like, and as always, let's get started. So, community creation. Well, simple terms, for me, community creation in marketing is everything that we're trying to achieve in the marketing space. I mean, lots of people often kind of mistake marketing for, let's just drive for the next sale. Let's get the marketing working so we generate enough leads so we can sell more and we can generate more business. And that might be correct in some respects. But for me, marketing is all about community creation. And what we mean by that is I don't want one customer to buy one thing. I want that customer to be part of my community that follows me, or not just me, follows my brand, whatever, and will support it in any way they can. They'll work with other community members. They kind of create a movement, because it's the power is in the people, and it's not the power in the product or service. It's often the power is in the message, the movement, the buy-in of what a community environment can kind of create. So that's how I focus. Too many people, like I say, will focus on generating as many leads as possible to make a single sale. That's not what I'm about, and that's not what I focus on in my marketing activities. It's all about a community, building a movement. So if we look at very quickly at what the Runpreneur Challenge is, we're looking at raising £1 million for children's charities. Okay, now I want to create a community of people who are going to help me achieve that goal. I cannot achieve that goal on my own. So there's going to be collaborations, there's going to be, work partnerships that I'm going to have to form. All these things of people that are buying in to what we're trying to achieve. And what we're trying to achieve is ultimately saving children's lives across all issues that children face on a global scale. So it's a pretty massive challenge that we're trying to embark upon. And the only way I'm going to do it is with a community. Just one second. So that's why I understand the importance of community. And the things that we're doing with the challenge is we're trying to get as many people to run with me. We're trying to get as many people to participate in this challenge so that they can receive a certificate of participation, so that they can be acknowledged on the website as being part of this movement. My dream is to create this web page, which is an ever growing montage of photos of people running with me, or people a part of the running challenge, whether they're in Runpreneur merchandise, whether they're taking photographs with me. It's not about me, it's about Runpreneur, and it's about achieving what we set out to do in the Runpreneur Challenge. So when I look at this and community, the importance of community-based marketing, I mean, I refer back to a book I recently read by one of my favourite marketing gurus, Pat Flynn, and one of his books was called Superfans. And the underlying message is that you don't need millions and millions of customers to make a successful business or to make a successful movement. You just need 1,000 true fans. Now 1,000 people is a lot of people, but in today's world it's very easy to achieve that volume and that number, especially when you look at, across my social platforms. I'm approaching kind of 20,000 people now across my platforms, okay, but I still don't think I've got 1,000 true fans. Now hopefully we're getting there. I maybe got a couple of hundred or so out of that 20,000, so a significantly small portion of people. I mean, we're looking at kind of 1% at the moment, but if we can grow that over the coming weeks and months, we will create this 1,000 fan true community that can really take this challenge to the next level. So there's lots of ways we're going to do this, and if you look at how you build a community, okay, there's basically three stages. You're going to be taking what is people who are kind of casual engagers, people who may have bought something or opted into your content in some capacity, and you're going to be moving them into active engagers. And active engagers are people that will buy the next level product up, will be more engaged with you, but you're trying to get those into connected engagers. Now, connected are people that are truly connected with your cause. Okay, the previous two groups are people that might like or want or need your product or service because they want the desired outcome that they perceive whatever product or service you're providing is going to give them. A connected engager is someone who believes in your message, so much so, believes in your movement, so much so that they will follow you no matter what. They will buy whatever you provide no matter what. And this isn't about selling anything, because this is philanthropy, this is fundraising for children. So when I say buy whatever I want, I'm referring to them as active subscribers who will subscribe throughout the whole challenge to donate a small amount or a large amount every single month to help me achieve that goal. Because, you know, I break it down, 8,000 people donating £1 a month over the course of the next 11 years will get me that £1 million target. Okay, £2 a month is 4,000 people, you know, so £8 a month is we're down to kind of 2,000, 1,000 people. So you know, it doesn't take many to kind of get to that kind of volume, and that's what we're trying to do. So that's why building a community is going to be so important. So how are we going to do that? Well, one of the key things is involvement. Okay, if you just preach to your following or preach to your fans, if that's what you like, then that, yes, they might find value out of that. But the reality of it is that those fans will not feel a connection with you, because even if they engage in what you discuss and your content, and they buy your stuff, they feel there's too big a chasm between you and them. And it's all about a two-way engagement to kind of create this connection. And how we're going to focus on doing that is inviting people to run with me. Okay, big collaborators to run with me, to help me share the message, to get involved, hopefully get their buy-ins and their followers buy-in. Okay, because that's what's going to really, really help. So how we can get them involved in challenges that are doing it alongside me. So maybe we can create some challenges for running every day for a week for absolute beginners, running every day for a month, for a quarter, for 6 months, for a year, you know, for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You know, maybe we can create these challenges and reward people for doing so, acknowledging them, making them feel that they are on the Runpreneur Challenge, and hashtagging the same hashtag to feel connected with what we're trying to do. So it's not just me doing my run every day, but it's thousands and hopefully tens of thousands, hopefully hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people doing the same thing, all in aid of the same cause. And that is a community, that is power, that is really making a movement. It's something that I'm so passionate about. I don't want any financial gain from this. I'm not searching after recognition. I'm hiding behind a Runpreneur brand. I don't care if people know about me. I just want to know that one day when I'm on my deathbed, I can look back on my life and say, you know what? I genuinely saved some children's lives who need it the most. Such a vulnerable demographic that have no choice in the environment that they're born into, or the circumstances they're born into. And the ability for me to say, do you know what? There's all these children out there, and I want to get as many case studies as possible. That the money that I've participated in fundraising and helped raise the money for has genuinely made a massive life-changing difference to the people who need it the most. And that's what inspires me. That's what keeps me running. That's what keeps me doing what I'm doing. And hopefully I can get as many people to buy into it with me, to really, really help me realise that dream. And the more people we get involved, it's simple, the more lives we're going to save. And I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but I genuinely know this is true, especially with the charities we're raising money for. The 6 charities we're raising money for is Great Ormond Street Hospital, Children with Cancer UK, we've got BBC Children in Need, we've got Fab Kids, Operation Orphan and Internet Watch Foundation. So across the spectrum it covers all of the issues affecting children out there today. So, and every pound we raise, an equal share will go to each charity, which is amazing. So so back to the community side of things. My focus on how we're going to do this is engagement, and two-way engagement, not just expecting people to like and share my stuff, but actually, you know what, responding to people's messages, responding to people, sending messages out to people and engaging with them, getting them on. Doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter if you've got no followers, come and run with me. Let's talk about what we're trying to do. Let's talk about the issues we're trying to help with. Let's talk about being normal people making a difference. And that's what people are going to buy into. And then hopefully people will support that financially, which will ultimately be the way we're going to support the children that need it the most. So that's my focus. I've kind of waffled on and got a bit emotional about how I'm going to do this, rather than make it logical step by step. But to me, I need to involve the community as much as feasibly possible in everything we do. Get them to have some form of connection with the Runpreneur Challenge, through hashtags, through physically running with me, through physically engaging with me, you know, in some capacity, or engaging with the challenge. And that's what my focus is going to be, on building that community, not chasing the next donator who's just going to donate £1 and then disappear. It's creating the thousands of people who are going to be true fans, who are going to donate consistently and support me throughout the whole process, support the challenge, and most importantly, support the children who it's going to save. So why should you get involved? And why should you think about, well, firstly, why should you get involved with the challenge? Well, any of you, we've all been children, we've all experienced the vulnerabilities of being a child, but we perhaps haven't experienced the extremes of what some children face in poverty, mental health, abuse, health. You know, there's orphanage, there's slavery, there's so many internet exploitation, there's so many issues affecting children today. And some of us may have experienced something as a young child, but I'm almost certain that we'll all know of some children out there who are suffering. And challenges like this can genuinely make a difference. So that's why you need to be engaging with this. And don't just engage with money, engage in support, in joining the community, in joining the movement, because together we'll make a much bigger impact than just me doing a running challenge for 10 years. Okay, it's not about me. Runpreneur is about more people. And that's why you need to be getting involved in this, because you will genuinely save children's lives. For those who are interested on the marketing aspect of this, why should you build a community? Well, like I say, you don't need thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, millions of customers. You don't. Aim for 1,000 true fans. That's going to take you a long time to build 1,000 true fans. But if you find 1,000 true fans and you continue to serve them, they will give you a business that will flourish and grow and will make a difference. And they'll support you in everything you do. It'll be a movement as opposed to just a profitable entity. So that's 100% why you need to be changing your focus from chasing the next shiny penny to building a community of people who are going to support what you stand for, your message, are going to connect with you, and going to help you make a difference on a bigger scale. So that's pretty much it for me today. Hope that's useful. As always, if you've got any questions and stuff, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate vlog episode and tag you in. Please check the links in my bios where you can find out more about how you can support the Runpreneur Challenge, how you can get involved financially and non-financially, and just join the movement, which is what we're trying to achieve as per this episode. And as always, the content I discuss has always been geared around helping people overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release mechanism. Now, we all experience daily, weekly pressures in the form of stress, and it's how we deal with these on a daily, weekly basis, how we release that pressure, i.e. it's like pressure building in a pipe. So how do we process what's happened? How do we refocus, gain clarity? How do we clear our heads, and how do we move on? That is what the release mechanism is all about. I get that from run vlogging, other people get it from various other activities, but it's vital that you have that release mechanism in your life. Otherwise, those pressures are going to build up and up and up. You're going to get more of them, and before you know it, you're going to be overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is when you have too many things going around your head to process them, and you end up having a seizure and freezing, not knowing where to start, how to clear your head. And before you know it, you reach the realms of panic and anxiety. There's too many things going on, and you're just panicking, and you're flirting with the edge of mental health issues at that point, which we clearly want to avoid. Now, back to the pipe analogy. The pressure builds up too much, you get to panic and anxiety, then the pipe's going to burst, and in that instance you will have a mental health breakdown, which we clearly want to avoid. Now, I've been there. I've lost multiple businesses because of this. I've lost business partners. I've almost been bankrupt because of this, and believe you me, it's the worst experience of my life, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. And there's no coincidence that in the past year of doing this running vlog, which is my release mechanism, I've made more progress in all facets of my life over the past year than I have done over the previous 5. So there's enough social proof this stuff really works. So my pledge to you is, if you're someone who's struggling with this, drop me a message. Okay, Runpreneur is not for profit. The value and content and help we give is always for free. Yes, we do raise money via donations, but that is completely optional and never essential. Help is always free. So just reach out, drop me a message, we'll jump on a call. I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how we can get you back on the right path to finding your release mechanism and get you back on the right path to success, and whatever that means to you. So help is there. It's often free of charge if you're just prepared to ask for it. So please take me up on that if that is somebody that's going to benefit from. So that's pretty much it for me today. All that's left to say is stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.